What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Game Week 27 podcast, episode number 134. I'm joined by my co host Roy, who has mixed feelings of what has happened in the morning today. But I guess we'll try and get it out of the way. Thoughts?
I'm still in the recovery mode. I think that the fact that the picture used in the podcast is quite fitting.
I had to
And
get the news.
I had plenty of banters thrown at me today, and so that's why I'm a bit trying to recover and just
Yeah.
get my head into the right mindset at
Yeah.
the moment.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, it's hard to take.
yeah, like I just got up in the morning, watched the game. 'Cause it looked like Arsenal were cruising at like cruising as in like Wolves didn't offer anything in the first half from what I saw.
Mhm.
Then you went 2-0 up, and immediately they had within the space of 5 minutes they got that second goal. So the first goal, and then things started becoming a bit more shaky. I noticed like Wolves took a bit more chances, and then obviously that last minute equalizer.
Mm.
Now I saw a stat that I think it was in the last 7 games or last 10 games or something.
Yeah.
Arsenal have got only 10 points. So I think they've won
Yeah.
only 5 games. They lost.
Premier League is only 2 games out of 7, I think.
Was it?
Mm.
There was some kind of stat of like this.
Yeah. Bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
It's not looking good recently. Like, what?
What happened?
As
Well, I
in
don't
like
know. I
no, like
mean, I think he's getting nervous. Players getting nervous, and Arteta is getting more conservative as he goes. And because I think at the start of the season, we play like this,
mm,
very conservative, but we're still getting result.
yeah,
I think the luck went kind of against us in recent game weeks, and as that happens and Man City start picking up points, I do think there's a bit of a nervousness and a bit pressure.
yeah,
And the fact that Arteta played most of those players in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup,
yeah.
it doesn't really help. I mean, if it was down to me, I'll just play kids in those two competitions and just get the Premier League, because after the last 3 years, you're gonna have to do it. Otherwise, you'll be a laughing stock for the next 10 years, really.
Yeah, if he doesn't win the league this season, he might not be in a job next season potentially.
I mean, yeah, the money we spend, and it's a good team, right? It's a good team, but something is not it's not quite right at the moment,
I think
and injuries doesn't help.
yeah, injuries
And
don't help. That Havertz injury didn't help at all. I thought like
no,
because I think when Havertz is there for you guys, he y'all just play better because he links up attack better.
yeah,
Obviously it's not a long injury, so he should be back soon, which is good.
Marino, that is a big loss.
Yeah, that is obviously a loss. Because he was playing well and deputizing as like a second striker when needed, and he was actually getting goals as well.
And he scored goals. He
Mm.
scored goals, and he's a senior figure in the dressing room, and I think that is a big loss.
Mm. I was before talking to you, I was like on a Discord call, and I think this is with Karan, and Karan's friend, he's also an Arsenal fan, so he was
Mm.
also like kind of wondering like what has gone, because he was saying even in the Sunderland game,
Mm.
even though it was like a 3-0 win, there were times when like Sunderland caused problems for Arsenal's defense.
Mm.
So it's been kind of coming over time. So it's probably pressure that's built in potentially.
And a couple of times when we do score the first goal, and straight away the other team score.
Mm.
It happened a few times, which is a worry for me, because Arsenal, we don't usually do that. When we score one goal, typically ends up with 1-0.
Yeah,
Right?
usually you just lock it out and like see it
Yeah.
out. Yeah, yeah,
Now it hasn't happened. Now it just does not happen anymore, which
yeah.
is a bit. I'm a bit confused about what happened, but maybe I think the injury or just different players and the weather doesn't help. I'm not finding excuses for them, but it just the whole the UK's been raining for the last how many weeks now?
Yeah.
Have you noticed every single game is just pissing down?
At this point, I just like if when I go to the UK, if I don't see rain, I'll be surprised. It just rains every day, to be honest.
Against Brentford, they just chuck the ball into our box, and we just panic. And
Yeah. I mean,
it's not. We're still top of the league, right?
yeah,
Even if City win their game, and we're still top of the league, but it's worrying. The trend is worrying.
yeah. But like now it's got to a point where obviously now the title is technically in both teams' hands now, because
Mhm.
whoever wins that game between City versus Arsenal could win the title. This is assuming that you'll just win every single game from here onwards, which is not going to happen because both teams, like we've seen from this season alone, the Premier League, a lot of teams just not as consistent and will drop points. City included, they will drop points in a couple of games here and there. It's just a matter of whether you can capitalize on those situations.
Yeah. But the momentum is with City at the moment. Just I think that's the fact, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's talking about we've already bottled it, but we haven't yet.
Yeah, because you still
momentum
can.
is heading that way.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So the next two games are obviously vital because now next one is obviously the North London derby, and then after North London derby, Spurs. Honestly, I don't even know what to expect from Spurs, but it's a new manager.
They're gonna get a new manager. Yeah. They're gonna get a bounce somehow. So
yeah. I mean,
it's not gonna be easy.
If there's anything they can take from what has been their worst season, the one thing they will be very happy about is trying to be able to take points away from Arsenal.
100%. They will be super motivated for this game.
Yeah, and then after that, it's Chelsea, who are obviously in a top 4 race with the likes of United and Liverpool and Aston Villa as well. So it's not going to be easy there as well. But how you come out of that will set you up well, I think, for the League Cup final, and obviously the game against City in the league as well.
Yeah.
Both.
It could be well over by then, but anyhow, who knows what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. Freddie, welcome.
Yeah, Arteta just got to pick the players up, and players
definitely.
themselves got to pick themselves up and start producing result. And
we'll see.
Fitness is an issue.
Yeah.
Fitness is an issue. You can tell there's an issue that people are just not. The players is not sharp, not taking chances. Gyökeres is not really doing much. When we rely on him to score goals, he just doesn't do anything. And yeah, it's been quite frustrating for the last few weeks.
Right. We'll see how it goes. Because I kind of want Arsenal to win the league. I'd rather have Arsenal win the league than see City win it again, to be honest. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
We will see how it'll be a very interesting next couple of weeks, obviously. So this is now we're going to be talking about FPL in terms of chip strategies. Now, currently we are in Game Week 20. We're heading into Game Week 27. And I took down some notes basically. So I'll try and explain this the best I can. I was listening to this from Planet FPL as well, and James there, he explained it well. So as things stand, the template path, which let me quickly go to the next slide because I can go back and forward and try and help. So we have FA Cup round 5 before Game Week 30. We have a blank in Game Week 31, which is confirmed. But now it's Arsenal and Wolves that are definitely blanking. There's a possibility that Manchester City and Crystal Palace could blank, but that's not guaranteed yet. And that will only be guaranteed assuming, let's say, Manchester City.
They play Newcastle,
yeah,
right?
beating Newcastle. If they win that game, then obviously there is most likely a blank in 31. If they don't, there is a possibility that City can probably play a game in 31 as well. So that FA Cup game between Newcastle is kind of important. Then after that, the results of the round 5 FA Cup and whoever progresses to the next round will have an impact on who doubles in 33 and who blanks in 34. So I'll go to the next one. Actually, before I go to the next one, the quarterfinals are obviously in Game Week 32. Before Game Week 32, the FA Cup quarterfinals. But Premier League needs to set inform the fans and set the calendar and everything. So we still will need to have blanks and doubles announced before that. So for anyone who's looking to like wildcard around that time, you should have the information heading into like 32. So now I'll go on to this one. This will kind of show you a bit more. This is taken from FPL.team, and it kind of shows projected Game Week 33 fixtures and projected blanks based on who are the favorites to win their rounds, and then we're kind of doing a bit of guesswork on if this so and so team goes to like if they get past the quarterfinals as well, this is what probably could happen. Now I've added like 2 chip plans, and I'll add some notes to it as well. So currently the template plan, as in like what majority of managers are most likely probably going to do, is they're going to dead end their team in Game Week 31, in blank Game Week 31, try and get 11 players out. They'll wildcard in Game Week, that's strong. This should be Game Week 32 actually. Hold on, let me make that quick change. Otherwise people will get confused. There we go. They'll wildcard in Game Week 32, bench boost in Game Week 33, double Game Week 33 if they have the bench boost still, and free hit in Game Week 34 because 34 will be a massive blank from what you can see here. 33, we're probably expecting about 6 to 8 doubles. We don't know. Depends obviously on the effect, like how the FA Cup fixtures go. And then Game Week 35, we just play it as it is. There is a possibility that we could maybe get a double in 36 or 37. And the only way that will happen is obviously City go past the FA Cup stuff and all, but also they have to get them and Crystal Palace, or them or Crystal Palace have to get to at least the quarterfinals, I think. Let me see what I wrote on my notes. Quick check in. Yeah, so they need to make it to the semis of the European competition,
right,
for a double in 36 to 37 to happen. So anyone who still has a triple captaincy chip and hasn't played it, that is one potential week you could probably play it, where Haaland will be playing Brentford and Crystal Palace potentially in 36, if it has to happen in 36. If it was 37, it'll be like Bournemouth and Crystal Palace. That's one possibility of when you could probably play your triple captaincy chip. Or it might be a situation where you don't get another double after 33. And then you probably, just play it wherever you kind of find a good fixture is for the triple captaincy. It also has an implication on Liverpool making it to the FA Cup semis as well, in terms of that potential double also being able to happen there. Because Liverpool will be doubling in 33 with Everton and Crystal Palace. So that's why because Crystal Palace are the team linked with this missing fixture. That's why there's like a link between Liverpool's results in the FA Cup and City and Palace doubling. So triple captaincy, maybe 36, 37, or any other week you can find a good week to play it. If you still have the chip, play it in one of those weeks. We won't know, obviously, when we get to 32, chances of us knowing, I think we might have a slight idea on whether they might triple captain or not, like whether they'll double City. But yeah, that's something to kind of keep an eye out for. Now, chip plan 2, what I've done is you still feel, and okay, here's the reason for chip plan 2. Let's say obviously City beat Newcastle, and then in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, they happen to, let's say, I don't know, they face Liverpool, and then Arsenal maybe get a tie against Chelsea, and let's say both City and Arsenal go off, right? And they get knocked out. That means you'll end up in a situation where Arsenal and City probably won't double in 33, but they also play each other in 33. And you're probably, would you want to wildcard without Arsenal and City assets in like 32?
You probably wouldn't do that, would you?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. So you because you still want Arsenal and City players for the fixtures after, right? So the other option is you like Game Week 32, instead of wildcarding, you dead end, and then you free hit in 33 to maximize on the doubles, and then you can wildcard in 34 or 35.
Yeah.
Something like that. Where that way you still avoid the City versus Arsenal fixture by free hitting. You've saved your wildcard chip as well, and then you can load up on the City and Arsenal players, as well as other teams that are having good fixtures that run. Because like if you look at Arsenal's fixtures, they have Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, and Crystal Palace to end it. which is a really good set of fixtures. Same with City as well, I think. So
Yes. Essentially, don't do too much until game week 30, then start figuring out what plan it is.
yes. Now, if you don't have the wildcard chip at all, I know a few people have already used their wildcard chip. I'd highly recommend to try and save transfers whenever possible, because because we don't know much information, you might get screwed when it comes to like game 33 and 34. If the double ends up being as big as it is, then 34 you might get a bit more. 34 you could probably play a free hit, but you won't be able to maximize on 33 in that case. So there are a few things for those who have used their wildcard. Try and save transfers whenever possible is what I would say.
Yeah, it's very good advice and good strategy. And I guess people are just going to have to come back to this pot and just listen to what the strategy is when the time comes, isn't it?
Yes, like we'll know a bit more information, obviously, when I think once the next round of the FA Cup is done, and once we see the draw, we'll have a bit more information on what's going to happen actually. So kind of have to wait and see. We're still kind of in a guessing game situation. But as things stand, the template plan is to dead end in 31, wildcard 32, bench boost 33, and free hit 34.
Yep.
That's kind of how it's looking like. So yeah, that's kind of where we are at in terms of chips. Any questions?
Yep, it's great. I mean, screenshot this and save for the future.
Yes. All right, let's move into Gameweek 27. And obviously we have a few big games this week. Chelsea obviously with the highest expected goals for this week. City versus Newcastle is a big game. We obviously have the North London derby as well. But we will start. I think let's start with Aston Villa versus Leeds. Villa also like form has been a bit shaky recently. Haven't been too convincing. Leeds slightly on the up.
Yeah, I think Villa has been outperforming their XG, I think, recently. So they're one of those teams that go in different period. They might get lucky, sometimes it might not. But they are still up there, right? Top four. They want to finish top four, obviously, is their target. And Leeds want to get away from relegation, and this could be an interesting game. And Leeds don't really defend that much. They like to attack.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I see Aston Villa to win this game easy because Leeds will come out and play.
Could be, yeah. I won't be surprised if it's a draw though, this one. Like, I think there is a possibility that Leeds could snatch something. Because like you said, like Villa outperforming the XG at times. But in the last few weeks, they haven't been getting many goals as well. Even the last game, I think what was an own goal that kind of gave them the win. So they've been a bit on the lucky side recently as well. So we'll have to wait and see how they do. But I won't be surprised if it's a 1-0 or a 2-1 or even a 1-1 draw. Something it's going to be very low scoring, very close.
Yeah, I think if you have Villa defense, maybe keep them, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't go buy any Villa defense at all.
Yeah, of course.
From Villa, probably just Morgan Rogers. If you have him, he's okay to have for this game. I don't know if I'd go and buy Aston Villa at the moment. Maybe like Rogers has good fixtures though. Aston Villa's fixtures are not too bad if you look at it overall. Like I think if I go back, Aston Villa have Leeds, Wolves in the next two. So the next two are really good. After that, they have Chelsea United and then West Ham in 31. From an attacking point of view, it's not too bad.
Yeah, they got good fixtures until the last two games.
Yeah. So I still don't mind Morgan Rogers, but Andy in the chat is an Aston Villa fan and he's like, don't buy Villa defense. And he's always told me not to buy Morgan Rogers as well because it's just generally not a good investment. But like, yeah. All right, so that's Aston Villa versus Leeds. We'll move to Chelsea versus Burnley. Cole Palmer has regained some incredible form. He's been on fire recently. All obviously partially due to Joe Pedro just annoying defenders and making them foul him. Like he gets fouled in the box and then Cole Palmer just gets the penalties. But he's been on really good form. And obviously probably is the popular captaincy choice if you own him this week.
100%. I mean, that's very true, isn't it? And they want to finish top 5, top 4. And new manager, they're doing well.
Yep. Joe Pedro also, like I have him pretty happy with him. I'm slightly tempted by potentially even captaining him as well. I don't have Cole Palmer, but I don't mind potentially putting the armband on Joe Pedro this week as well. Obviously, that will depend on the situation of Haaland against Newcastle and what his fitness is like.
So he was injured, right? He
He had
was at
niggles
halftime.
apparently, and he was subbed halftime, yes. But then he didn't feature in the FA Cup at all. So we don't know. We need to wait and see for press conference news exactly what Pep is going to say about Haaland. Or we had to hope for some leaks, which I don't know if we're going to get because it's like the late game of the day.
Let's see if he doesn't play. Who
Yeah.
you reckon will play that false nine?
Ooh.
Foden?
Foden probably could. But then you would say that Semenyo has been probably one of their best attackers recently. And he's on some great form as well from an FPL perspective.
Not through the middle.
No, not through the middle, but he might benefit from the share of attacking returns potentially.
I think that's what they're going to do is force nine sort of
but Foden
strategy.
might be the false nine. But Marmoush is still there as well.
But they were wingers. They really don't have a striker, do they?
No, not out and out like Haaland. Marmoush is the closest they can get to. He might potentially play Marmoush, to be honest. He's been playing recently. But again, here's the thing. Now, if Haaland is out, then I won't be surprised if a lot of people sell Haaland and Palmer or even like a Salah ends up being a highly bought in player this week because of that.
Yeah, would you get Salah?
Probably I might go and get Palmer though and captain him.
Yeah, Palmer probably, but Salah hasn't been good.
Salah maybe not. I might go and get Palmer though and captain him just for this week, just because the fixture is so good.
Yeah, I suppose why not? Yeah. So that's a good idea.
Yeah. So
if you want to take a punt, right?
Yeah. But have to wait and see what Pep says about Haaland. If Haaland is fit and he's going to start, then I probably wouldn't do it at all. No.
Would you believe what he says?
Not really, no. I'd still wait to see if I can get some leaks, but I won't be counting my chickens on any leaks coming, to be honest, because it's a late game. But it's still better than something, right? Better than nothing at all.
Yeah.
Because if he says he's fine, then even if he's lying, I probably still wouldn't do it. Like I wouldn't sell Haaland because of the high ownership. But if he said he's going to be out for this game, I'll gladly sell Haaland.
If you sell him, but you have Semenyo in the team, they probably still okay.
Yeah, then it's still okay. Yeah, if you have some, because you're still getting that City attacking coverage. I don't have Semenyo. That's a bit of an issue as well. But I mean, I could get Semenyo. Now, I guess since we're getting to City as well, would you double up on City attack if he didn't have Semenyo? Knowing that there's a possibility?
Yeah. I would.
Yeah. Because I have, now obviously a lot of people have triple Arsenal and are looking to offload Arsenal as well because they're blanking in 31. Now, Declan Rice he's one of those players that I'm looking to offload. I just don't know whether I should do it this week because it's North London derby. He could still get something from either. He tends to find his way and sometimes get like late goals or like goals from outside the box as well. He's very capable of that.
He still take all the set pieces from the left side. So I think, I will keep him for now. We'll see how we go against Tottenham.
Yeah.
And I think this game for City is important as well. Now we drop point. Let's see if they can pick up points, right? Newcastle is not the easiest game.
No. Obviously, Newcastle did well in Europe, but it's against a smaller team that they went and stat padded today. But they are without Bruno Jimenez, though, Newcastle. So it's a big loss for them in general. But Newcastle away from home haven't been as good compared to when they're at home.
That's true. It's probably going to be easy win for City.
Probably. But City haven't been consistent, so I won't be surprised if like Newcastle cause chaos. But I think it's going to be most likely going to be a win for City. The question is, do you double up on City attack or not? That's the other thing.
Who do you double up? If Haaland is injured?
Yeah, or if Haaland is injured, then you don't double up. Then you just like yeah. If Haaland is available, the question like, do you get Semenyo or not is the other one. That's the only other.
I think Semenyo and Haaland is a good combo actually.
Yeah. Cool. So that's the City game as well. Chelsea, Palmer good, Joe Pedro good. Chelsea defense hasn't been very reliable, even though the fixtures have been pretty good. And it says 45% chance of clean sheet. But Burnley have been pretty attacking recently. So I won't be surprised because Burnley are going for it now. So I won't be surprised if they get a goal in this game as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Chelsea's defense hasn't been that solid. So
yeah, that's the thing. Sunderland versus Fulham. I thought Sunderland were undefeated, but no, they're not. Liverpool did beat them at home. So they're no longer undefeated, but they're still a very good side at home. However, they are missing Xhaka still, I believe, which is kind of a big loss for them. I mean, I have Mukiele, and he hasn't been getting DEFCON recently because he's playing a slightly different. He's playing like a fullback role, if I'm not mistaken. But for those who have a Sunderland defender, I don't mind starting potentially.
100%. I think the defense has been pretty solid, very organized.
Yeah.
It's got big guys at the back. So I think Fulham hasn't been that attacking.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's why I was like kind of wondering. I have Harry Wilson as well, but at the moment I'm benching Harry Wilson because, like you said, Fulham generally like last few weeks haven't been doing too much in attack.
So yeah, I'll put money on Sunderland win.
Yeah,
with a clean sheet.
Probably. That's what I'm thinking of. The only thing here is I'm probably benching Timber.
Timber?
Yeah. Because I don't see Arsenal keeping a clean sheet. Even though it says 40% there.
I mean, Tottenham, they have heaps of injuries.
They do. I just think it's like, even though I think Arsenal could like win 3-0 or the 3-1 maybe. Like if Arsenal are cruising, I still feel like Spurs will just try and find a way to get at least one goal. That's kind of where
I don't see Arsenal cruising anymore. They don't.
No, but even if Arsenal are winning 3-0 and not cruising, I still think there's a chance that Spurs can get a goal. That's the only thing. And the thing with Timber that I've been annoyed about is he doesn't get you DEFCON. He's just he's a 6 point.
Attacking.
Yeah, he's very attacking, but he's not very good at converting his attacking stuff as well, to be honest. Because honestly, that second goal, if it was Timber in that position, he probably doesn't score. Hincapié, on the other hand, I think probably scores in that situation.
I've learned that the hard way too.
Yeah. He's not very good at converting his chances. Very attacking, yes, I agree, but not good at. He's. I think he's like the data. If you look, he's underperformed. Is actually quite a lot, which means not great at converting. So then you're looking at a player who's basically at best a 6 point. What do you call 6 point in terms of the ceiling, right?
But this game, it could be if Arsenal score first.
Yeah.
I think the supporters might turn on the players.
Could be.
It really depends on how this new guy Tudor motivate the players to play, and if Arsenal score first, I think they'll be in trouble.
Yeah, because they're fighting for relegation as well. That's the other thing.
Yeah, if Arsenal don't win the league, and Tottenham relegated, I will still be happy.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I hope there's not too many Spurs players listening to this.
No, I don't think so.
Just...
I know a few, but it's fine. I think they've accepted their fate as well, how bad they are.
They could get relegated. Their fixtures
it's not looking good
at all.
No. So like Spurs' fixtures, they have Arsenal this week, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Forest, Sunderland. I mean, I would say the easiest fixture for them, I mean, I don't know, because like it's basically Wolves.
Well, if Arsenal can't beat Wolves, and
yeah, and that's Wolves away from home as well, again at the Molineux, compared to Wolves at home.
It's not gonna be easy.
Like
they're not a bad team recently.
Who? Wolves? No, the Wolves have improved.
Wolves.
I've said this before as well.
They have improved a lot.
I feel like United, we went and we drew and we gave them confidence, and ever since then they've just been like nicking points of every single player. Like majority of teams they can nick points off, but like
I mean, their home game against Leeds United could be a a very important game for them.
That's a relegation 6-pointer right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So their run is not easy at all, to be
And
honest. The way they play.
Forest at home.
Yeah,
That is
Forest,
a big game.
Leeds, and then I mean those are big games as well. Obviously, Forest with a new manager as well now, but by that time it's like a different like the new manager would have been fully integrated. And then you end it with Chelsea and Everton, the last two games. I mean,
Not easy.
yeah, if Spurs are still in a relegation battle come Chelsea, Chelsea fans would also love to send Spurs
And they
down.
will smack them, yeah.
So because Chelsea
Everton might be an easy game.
probably because Everton might not have much to play for, but Chelsea might still be in a top 4 race come that time.
Yes.
So it's not looking good for
I
Spurs.
was
To be
so
honest,
gutted when West Ham didn't win last week.
I wanted us to like get 3 points, but we didn't. You, on the other hand, are hoping that Spurs go down.
Yeah.
But like yeah. So yeah, I mean, so Arsenal, I have Gabriel. I'll start Gabriel because he's still always good at like set pieces, DEFCON, still capable of getting it. The only reason I was like thinking of benching Timber is because even DEFCON he doesn't really get, which is the pain. So then if I think you lose the clean sheet, then I'm like starting a 2-point player. Probably.
Yeah. Let's see if the players turn up.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we'll have to see. Declan Rice. I mean, like
I think keep him for now.
I will keep him. I was tossing and turning between starting him and not starting him because it was him or again play another defender for DEFCON. But those are small margins that I might like just start Declan Rice in that situation because you're comparing versus 3 like Declan Rice if he doesn't get any returns at least to get you DEFCON probably in this game. So he
will turn up in big games.
Yeah.
And he might whip into corners and
and you
score by Gabriel.
Yeah, that's true. So
because Spurs are horrible at defending set pieces.
Yep. So yeah. So I'll probably start Gabriel and Rice. Timber is the only one that I'm like 50-50 on in terms of it. Saka obviously playing a new role as a number 10 compared to the right hand side now. Has obviously gotten returns. What do you think?
If he's fit, he will play. Where's number 10 on the right hand side? I think Arteta has been quite smart because Odegaard and Eza both are not really there. I'm not sure what's going on with Eza, but he's not working at the moment. This is a desperate attempt to try to make it work. He's played Saka there. It kind of worked today.
Yeah, it did.
Until he was subbed and we just couldn't take control of the game. I thought he should have played Norgard to settle the midfield a bit because we lost control.
Yeah. So we'll see how obviously Saka does, but because of the blank, I don't think anyone's going to be buying any Arsenal options at the moment as well.
No.
All right, next one: Brentford versus Brighton. I watched those highlights versus Arsenal, and I don't know how Thiago didn't score.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We actually got lucky to get a point, to be fair.
I have Thiago in this one. I'll be starting him for this game.
100%. I think they're going to win.
Yeah. I think Brentford options for this week are good. Him, Dango, not too bad as well as an option. I have one free transfer, partially been thinking of even getting Kelleher for Brentford's upcoming run as a goalkeeper because I have Verbruggen and Verbruggen's not keeping a clean sheet anytime soon. Whereas Kelleher, I just in Brentford in general, their run. Brighton this week, then Burnley, Bournemouth, Wolves, Leeds. It's a good run in the next 5 at least.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And Dango is a good player. Oh my God. I can't believe how well he played against Arsenal.
So like those 3 players, generally good options. Thiago, if you guys don't have a striker and are looking for a striker, Thiago this week is looking good. I know some people bought Havertz. Unfortunately got injured before the double. So Havertz to Thiago is like one of the most easiest moves you can do this week. West Ham versus Bournemouth.
I hope West Ham wins, please.
I mean, they have improved recently, West Ham. They're getting points. Bournemouth, on the other hand, they have a new signing called Rayan, who's been getting goals for them recently. 5.5 million midfielder. Him and Dango are like two very good budget enablers for this upcoming run.
Go for Dangle.
Yeah, because fixtures are better. On the other hand, Bournemouth, I went and bought Hill, who was 3.9, now is 4 million, and starting alongside Senesi, and he's racking the DEFCON. He's like taking DEFCON away from Senesi at this point.
Right, okay.
He got an assist as well for like Bournemouth's equalizer, I think. And 4 million, really good budget enabler. So he's someone I've been thinking of starting as well this week. And that's why I was thinking of like playing
really
him
good tips.
But yeah, there's probably no clean sheet in this game.
No,
there's DEFCON
West
involved.
Ham got a lot to play for, so they're much more motivated to get the result.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
they got good momentum.
Yeah, they've been looking good recently. So one to keep an eye out for. Mario Fernandes has been doing well for West Ham. Somerville as well, doing well. Those are some players that are obviously good options if anyone has as well. Mostly West Ham, I feel like a FPL draft type game than a actual FPL picks at this moment. So yeah, that's West Ham Bournemouth. Nothing else to add. Anything else on that fixture?
No, not that. No.
All right, Crystal Palace versus Wolves. Stan Larsen joined Palace, 2 goals already. Although Palace's form has been poor recently. Conceded 3 to Burnley.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be that 41% clean sheet. I don't think so. If they scored 2 goals against Arsenal and
Palace considered 3 against Burnley.
Yeah, and Palace's manager is going to leave at the end of the season. There's a bit uncertainty within the club.
Yeah, I mean the fixture in paper looks good for like Palace players, but like I doubt that clean sheet percentage.
No,
yeah.
This can be a very tricky game.
It could be, yeah. Having said that, Stan Larsen obviously playing his former team as well in this fixture. So he's not a bad budget enabler for a striker. Because I think Palace's fixtures are okay. But if they're going to blank, then it's an issue.
With striker options, you probably would not even go there.
No, you have better. Like, yeah, you have Thiago, Joe Pedro, and all who are really good options as well. So, yeah. Wolves, I still probably wouldn't. I think people had Wolves options if they went there for the double. I guess well played in terms of Jose Sa, but others like no, wouldn't bother. Yeah, I mean Palace, I try and avoid if possible. Generally, just because like they're uncertain at this moment in terms of entire club as well. Forest versus Liverpool. Liverpool have actually improved defensively recently, and Van Dijk has been considered for an FPL option. Obviously, like if you're looking to offload Arsenal defenders in terms of Timber to Van Dijk is also a very popular move that people might be considering. Maybe not this week, but even like the next couple weeks, because Liverpool's fixtures do improve. Like this from Game Week 28, I would say. So Forest, West Ham, Wolves, Spurs, Brighton, Fulham until 32. Before you maybe wildcard in 32.
Really good games.
So at least obviously people will be looking into Liverpool assets because they are like one of the teams to target now for this upcoming set of fixtures. KTK obviously is another forward that people will probably look to target as well. And Florian Wirtz has been doing better recently than when he started in the Premier League.
You still go for Ekitike, right?
Yes. I probably would want to go for Ekitike, but I will say, because I eventually have to get rid of Declan Rice because I can't bench him because I'll have Haaland, Gabriel. I think I might have another City player on the bench for Game Week 31, which means I'll have to sell Declan Rice eventually. So like Declan Rice, if I didn't sell, let's say for a Semenyo, or if I didn't sell for maybe one of the either Dango or even like Rayan from Bournemouth, I mean, Rice to Wirtz is not a bad move as well, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
But
He's picked
Ekitike,
up some form as well.
yeah, that's the thing. Ekitike though is like, yeah, probably one of the better options because those who have Joe Pedro, eventually Chelsea's fixtures are going to turn from next week onwards. So might do like Joe Pedro to Ekitike as well. It's just that you have to find a bit more budget for Ekitike because it's a bit more expensive.
Hey, if you sell Haaland, you can get them.
Yeah, that's if Haaland is not available. That's the only thing. But yeah, those are the three players like Van Dijk, Wirtz, and Ekitike. Salah has been improving his numbers in terms of attacking output. Like he's just not converting to points as much. Like he's got a few points here and there, but not the same as like what he was before. So it still doesn't justify the price tag, but his attacking output has increased since coming back
It's too
from
expensive. It's way too expensive.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so just to consider because I mean he could change his form. He's still very capable of it, but I don't know. At the moment, he's too expensive. Yes. And then the final. Oh, and Forest. I don't have anything to add. Anything on Forest?
No, new manager and
yes,
new manager bounce, I suppose, and
probably.
I want them to win so that Spurs can't get relegated. So
I also want them to win so that Liverpool can drop points. So we have mutual understanding on this one. Everton versus Manchester United.
yeah, what's your take?
Should be an interesting fixture. I think like Bruno Fernandes generally has like a good history against Everton. I think he tends to do well, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm expecting him to be a good option. However, I do think Sesko has to kind of start at this point because I feel like Everton are going to be very similar to like West Ham. They'll happily low block defend. And Cunha.
But nothing to play for.
Yeah, that's the thing. And like Cunha, Embuemo, and Ahmad, as good as they are good on the transition, when you need to have possession and play against a low block team, there's no aerial threat. And Sesko definitely offers that aerial threat. So I think he probably will have to start. I think one of Cunha or Ahmad might potentially be sacrificed if he's going to be starting. Potentially, I don't know.
I think that's it. That's a great idea. I think. Yeah, I think United are not used to breaking down all those tight defense,
we're
right?
still pretty bad
They're
at it.
playing the counter-attack team.
Yeah. And this is probably what's going to happen in this game, similar to the West Ham game, where they'll have to be able to break down. But Bruno's still a good option. I think Embuemo is still a really good option as well, FPL wise.
Yeah.
But that's probably where all I'll be looking at.
Well, David Moyes.
We've had some bad history with David Moyes as well. He has tends to find a way to get like a return or something. But like we'll see.
Well, he's ex-United manager.
Yeah, that's the thing. We'll see. Should be interesting fixture, but yeah. I still think
Do you reckon United's gonna start a new 5 consecutive wins?
We'll go to like 4 games. Go to 4 wins and then the 5th one we'll just bottle it again or like draw. Because we'll have Everton, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Aston Villa, and then Bournemouth. And then Leeds. I mean,
could happen.
But we'll see.
Unlikely. Unlikely. Away to Newcastle, that's a tough game.
That is a tough game. But the way Newcastle are defending at this moment, I think it might play into our hands because it can transition. Like it helps us in terms of transition football.
True.
Aston Villa will be tricky sometimes. But I don't know. I mean, it's possible the way we are playing right now. But I don't know. I think that guy should just get a haircut. He didn't specify which Man United team, and the women's team have gone on a 7-game win streak. So he should just cut his hair now, to be honest. But like, yeah, that's basically all to add. Anything else?
No.
Captaincy.
Save your chips. Save your transfers if you can.
Yeah. Although I would say, while saving transfers, I've made this mistake in the past. If there are points to be gotten, go and take the points now. Because I've made mistakes in the past where I've gone, I'm trying to save transfers because of these upcoming blanks. And then I've forgotten about the points that are right in front of me. And then you just miss out on points. So if there are points to be taken, go and take them, is what I would say.
Okay.
Captaincy. Actually, let's get to teams as well. But yeah, captaincy. Apart from Cole Palmer.
I feel like that's the only option. But if you don't have Copama, what
That's
would
the
you
thing.
do, right?
So if you don't now, I don't have Cole Palmer. I've
Hmm.
been I'm not against putting it on Joe Pedro, and I might potentially even put it on Joe Pedro just because that fixture looks really good.
Hmm.
And also
Semenyo?
Haaland, I don't have Semenyo, that's the thing.
Hmm.
And Haaland hasn't been that great for form recently.
But let's say if Haaland doesn't play, do you think he'll come out as a sub? He wouldn't, would it?
He did the last time as well, right? Remember, we got news that Haaland was
Oh
benched and
yeah.
then he came off.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Problem is
that's
he
a
came off
risk
too
if
late.
you pick him.
Yeah. The thing is, if you get news that Haaland is benched, people like last time as well, what happened is people still started him out of the fear that
Hmm.
he can come off the bench and score a hat trick or anything like that.
Hmm.
But this time, I think if people get the news, they'll probably sell because that Cole Palmer fixture is just too
Too
obvious.
good.
Yeah, too good to pass up
Yeah.
on.
I think Fernandez might be an option too,
Yeah,
Bruno.
true, could be. I think Bruno is also
Hmm.
not a bad shot for captaincy armband. But after that, you're not like that. I mean, you could say probably Thiago, but I probably rank Bruno higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Saka usually score against Tottenham,
Saka
but
would. The only problem is Saka's fitness. That's the only issue.
yeah.
And because of Arsenal blanking, like
Mm-hmm.
Saka, if Saka wasn't injured, he would have been the most popular triple captaincy option this game week that just passed.
100%. Yeah.
Like his injury combining with the fact that all of us are now on triple Arsenal means that we just can't get him at all. That's the thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we are. Cool. Roy, team.
Do I have
Actually,
to talk about this?
I mean, I'll read it out. I think that's a pretty good bench boost score, to be honest. Because you got.
You think? Really? Oh, God.
I'll tell you why. So Dubravka in goal, Timber, Konsa, Dalot, Gabriel with the armband, Martinelli, Bruno Fernandes, Anderson. Anderson has been really good for value, to be honest. He just like 5-7, 5-7. He just returns. Reinders, Haaland, Ekitike. On the bench, you had Rufus, Enzo, O'Reilly, and Thiago. Now, obviously, Rufus, Enzo, and Thiago didn't get anything. But the fact that O'Reilly got you 13 points and the combined score is 19 points, I would say anything. If you get anything above 15 points on a bench boost, it's a success.
Yeah, true. But my first 11 didn't do well.
That's true. But the question is, would you have started O'Reilly if you didn't bench boost?
Probably. But who do I take off is probably the question, right? I probably will take off. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I can't turn back time. I actually
Yeah.
don't know. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
Because I look at like the only two people I would have thought was like either Konsa or Dalot. And I probably would have started Dalot because against West Ham. And I would have benched Konsa. So you would have still be benching points, technically.
Yeah.
I just think the O'Reilly goal and clean sheet has made that bench boost a success.
Yeah.
It's like
I think the mistake I made is get Martinelli in.
you didn't have cash for Rice.
No, that's the problem. Anyway,
Yeah.
mistake has been made, and here we go.
Yeah. So what's the plan?
Oh, I need to get rid of Martinelli. I just don't think he's got enough minutes
Yep.
and enough composure to finish because he's got chance again today and didn't take the chances. And
Yeah.
the same, he got a last minute chance as well. He didn't take it. I just his mind. I don't know what it is. He can't finish those easy ones.
Well, we spoke about a few midfielders in the pod. Like
Yeah,
probably
Van
would
Gogh is a good option.
Yeah. But I'm assuming you'll be starting Thiago this week as well, alongside Enzo. So have some options coming off the bench this week. Okay.
Yeah. Do I get rid of Haaland?
Wait and see what.
At this stage, I got nothing to lose.
Fair enough. Honestly, you wanted to do it, bring in Cole Palmer and captain him. That could work as well. Yeah, fair enough. And then this was mine. 81. But I should say the triple captain failed. So I had Webruger in goal, Hill, who I mentioned, Gabriel, Timber, Guehi, Embuemo, Bruno Fernandes, Declan Rice, Enzo Haaland, and Joe Pedro. On the bench, I had Dubravka, Thiago, Harry Wilson, and Mukiele. So this week, and this is why I was like thinking of like benching Timber and all, I'll be starting Thiago. I'll be playing a front three. So I'll be playing like a 3-4-3 formation, which means the midfield will probably remain as it is. And then it's the defense that, so I think I'll be starting Gabriel. I'll start Guehi. And then between Timber, Hill, and Mukiele, I feel like Hill and Mukiele, at least there are chances for like either DEFCON from them, whereas Timber doesn't offer that. And that's kind of why I was thinking of benching Timber.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So
Timber hasn't really consistently produced points.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's why I was like thinking of. I mean, so I'll probably end up benching him. The only decision I need to make is like, do I do a goalkeeper transfer of like Verbruggen to Kelleher for this week? Because I just don't see Verbruggen keeping clean sheets till I wildcard, to be honest.
Yeah, true. I think your two goalkeepers were just need to change.
Are just not great. Yeah, and I could do with like a better goalkeeper who's like gets me at least more than 2 points a game. To be honest.
Gallagher is a good idea.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise my other options were like a midfield transfer, but then that would include like removing Declan Rice, who I'm happy to keep against Spurs and see how it goes. So that's kind of where I'm at. Cool. That's a suggestion from Yogesh of Timber to Van Dijk. I could probably do that as well for this week. So I'll think about it and see how we go. But cool. Thank you, Roy, for joining. And thank you to everyone else who's been watching in the chat. Any final words?
No. I'm recovering and 2 more days onto the next game. So
at least that's there, right? Because football comes as soon as you get to come and get another game, get a win over your arch rival.
Yeah, that's the thing. I gotta wait until two more days.
Yeah. All right, we will be live for the deadline stream, obviously, on the Saturday. So I'll see everyone in the deadline stream. If you reached up to this point, please make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you're listening to this on the audio platforms, please do leave a 5-star review. That helps a lot as well. Once again, thank you to Roy, and we'll see you all later.
Thank you. Bye.